What is up, car addicts? In this video, we'll be talking about this week's Triple Money Event Week as well as the property and vehicle discounts. This event week is for February 1st through February 7th, 2024. So we sadly did not receive any new drip feed cars this week. However, remember that the next one will be releasing next week on February 8th, which is when the GTA Plus benefits change. But anyways, the current prize ride for this week is the Michele GT. It's primarily based on the Alfa Romeo Giulia Sprint GTV. And used to have a normal price of about 1.2 million. However, it was a removed website car. So to get it for free this week, you have to place top 3 in an LS CarMate Series race for 3 days in a row. In regards to performance, it's in the Sports Classics class and is an average performing vehicle in that class. So not super quick, but it does offer some great customization and is pretty nice to drive as well. Definitely a great car to try and acquire this week. Continuing to the test drive vehicles for this week, we have the Deviant, the Lynx, and the Issy Sport as well. And all of these were removed website cars, so definitely make sure to pick them up this week if you don't already own them. And for current gen console users, we have the Sentinel XS as the HSW test ride vehicle for this week. Continuing to the casino podium vehicle, we have that a Class A Mamba is primarily based on the Shelby AC Cobra Mark III and has a normal price of just under $1 million. This one's in the Sports Classics class and has pretty average performance in that class, similar to the Michele GT, but I will say that it has an incredible exhaust note and is a ton of fun to drive with a good amount of power as well to toss around corners and stuff. It's a very fun vehicle. It's not super grippy, but with the power and sliding around and stuff and the exhaust note, I mean, it's just a very fun vehicle. In terms of the dealership cars for this week, in luxury autos, we have the recently added Vivinite and the Turismo Imaggio as well. Continuing to Simeons, we have the Raiden, the Amorgan, the Nebula Turbo, the Bravado Verlier, and the Infernus as well. And all of these were removed website cars, so definitely make sure to pick them up this week if you don't already own them, especially the Verlier. That one has a fantastic exhaust note. Moving on to the discounts, in terms of property discounts, we have 30% off the Eclipse Boulevard 50 car garage and 30% off the renovations for it as well. Continuing to vehicle discounts from Simeons, all the cars in here are on sale this week, and of course they remove website cars. So firstly, we have 30% off the Raiden. This of course is an electric car based on the Tesla Model S and is in a sports class. It obviously has great acceleration, but the handling isn't the best, so it's an average performing car in that class around most tracks. And the customization is pretty simple on it, not really too good of a car overall, but if you've been wanting to get one, here's your chance. Next up, we have 30% off the Amorgan. This is one of the top 10 competing sports cars in the class due to its quick acceleration and good handling as well. Plus it has great customization, so a pretty good car overall. But I will say that the top speed of this car is pretty low. Continuing, we have 30% off the Nebula Turbo. This one's in the Sports Classics class and is one of the slower ones in that class, but it does have some good customization and is fun to drift with and stuff. Moving along, we have 30% off the Verlier. This one's in the Sports class and is a pretty average performing vehicle in that class. However, the main reason I personally like this car is because of its incredible exhaust note that sounds fantastic during decel. Plus the design is just very unique looking as well. Personally, I think it's a really cool car overall. And lastly, we have 30% off the OG Infernus. So this of course is an OG car from the supercar class. And obviously it's one of the slower ones in that class these days. Customization is below average as well with only a couple options, but again, that's sort of what you expect from an OG supercar. Moving along to the gun van, we have the following weapons available this week, and we have 30% off the Unholy Hellbringer as well. In regards to login unlocks, you'll receive the Wooden Dragon Mask and the Lunar New Year t-shirt just for logging in this month, which is pretty cool. Continuing to Triple Money, we have Triple Money NRP on Simeon Contact Missions, Simeon Deluxe Repo Work, Simeon Export Requests, and select Community Series jobs as well. Continuing to Double Money, we have Double Money NRP on the Adversary Mode Vespucci Job Remix, the Auto Shop Business Client Vehicle Deliveries, and exotic exports as well. In regards to the weekly challenges this week, if you deliver 2 export request vehicles from Simeon, you'll receive 100,000. Continuing to the weekly vehicle robberies from the salvage yard business, again, these only change once per event week. We have the cargo ship robbery with the LM87, the Duggan robbery with the Coquette Blackfin, and the Podium robbery with the Greenwood. And lastly, for the time trials, this week's normal time trial is Mount Gordo. I highly recommend a quick bike for this one. For the premium race this week, we have the Supercar Race Cutting Co-Warners. I highly recommend the Emerus, Krieger, or Amagio for this race. And if you're on current gen, I highly recommend using the HSW Weaponized Ignis or the HSW Cyclone 2. And lastly, for current gen console users, the HSW time trial is raw on alternates. As always, the HSW Hakachu Drag were the best one for these. In terms of my vehicle discount pick of the week, I'm going to have to go with the Verlier. It's just a fun car to drive with a great exhaust note, decent customization, and a unique design as well. I know some people don't like the look of it, but I personally do. Anyways guys, overall this event week is pretty good. It seems like these event weeks are getting a little progressively better, I guess, over the coming weeks. Definitely a lot better than the event weeks we had last month. That was just, most of them were terrible. So at least we're sort of headed in the right direction little by little. But anyways, again guys, thanks again for watching. Hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.